I'm Mischa Barton and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Now, you've also said in one of the other interviews that it kind of irritates me that I'm seen as this pretty face. The truth is, pretty people aren't as accepted as other people. It comes with all these stigmas. Somewhere when you do a movie like this, which is hard hitting, and you're having such a it's a small role, but somewhere it is the provocation and the catalyst, the way you serve over there. Do you feel satisfied that there's something that makes you taken more seriously as an actor somehow?
I think it's all about like also the roles that you choose, and but you know, there's a mix there. It's what you get offered versus what you choose. I think, you know, off the back of the OC, certainly, like I think what I was referring to was more that that character was not, it wasn't a deep character. It wasn't a, well, not particularly. The whole show was much more of a soap feel, and comparison to the other characters that I've played, which have a lot more kind of gravitas to them and depth. So that was in retaliation to that, but yeah, I think it depends. It's just where you get to go with that, what you get cast in, what you get offered, versus also, you know. But
do you feel that it's more about perception, that if someone is beautiful, then maybe she won't be able to act somehow? It is more about the perception and the stereotype in a way as well. Do you think from that perspective, you know?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too much into that. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, I just think that it's a business based on looks anyway, a lot of the time, isn't it? So.
Right. And you started off your career with movies like The Sixth Sense and Notting Hill was a couple of films that you started off at the earlier stage of your career. How do you look back at those couple of movies? Those are hugely successful movies.
Being in The Sixth Sense and those types of films, I mean, very fondly. So I like to do a great mixture of work, and from theatre to independent to studio. So I really, those two films you mentioned are the more studio films that I did, and they were really great experiences actually. I had a really nice time on both of them, and the people who brought me on to do Notting Hill, actually I did my first independent film with Sam Rockwell, Lawn Dogs. So it's a small world. Everybody kind of, you see them again at some point along the way. And
something about OC, because you know, since the time I've told a few of my friends that people are just going crazy. They just remember your character of Marisa Cooper in altogether different light. It's been almost 10 years now. But, people, the way just flip about just hearing that Mischa Barton is going to be on Bollywood Hungama. How do you look back at the entire experience of OC and the way people remember you?
You know, so I think most people will like have a huge connection to that show, and I have mixed feelings about it. You know, again, it's just something, it's kind of boring for me to talk about after 10 years, do you know what I mean? Especially because I connect myself to so many other characters in the interim, but I understand that people have a connection to it, and it is what it is. I think, you know, at least people have a connection. Isn't that why we do film and cinema? You know, even though it was one of the more kind of, like I said, soapy things out there, if people for some reason get something out of it and grow up with it, and they have this deep connection that they did have with that, then, you know.
Fantastic. How do you look at Bollywood? Do you follow Hindi films, Bollywood films?
Yeah, so I've seen quite a bit of stuff, yeah.
What are the movies that you've seen?
You know what, don't ask me for a specific name, but I have seen some stuff that I really liked. Yeah.
Okay, any actors that you liked watching?
Not really, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, I don't know enough.
But any possibilities of, if you're offered like a proper Bollywood film that you'd like to do, like a song and dance routine and
I doubt it. I don't really think that's in my wheelhouse.
Right, and what about people like Penn and Rajpal, Yadav, whom you acted with?
Oh, they're fantastic. But I mean, you know, yeah, there's so much great Indian cinema these days too, like really serious stuff getting made, some really great stuff, and not just like Slumdog Millionaire, but other great stuff too.
Sixth Sense was made by Manoj Night Shyamalan, who was an Indian.
Yeah, Night Shyamalan is great. Yes, he's fantastic. I mean, there's all sorts of it, right? So the song and dance stuff is less my thing, more into the serious stuff. But Cal's fantastic. He was really lovely to work with. He's very funny, and I think he is really multi-talented. So.
Absolutely. Finally, what are you doing next in terms of movies and television? What are you doing
at the moment, I'm just doing a little bit of promotion on some projects. I finished some stuff at the beginning of the year, a movie, The Hoarder, which is a lead for me. And right now I'm just taking some time to do some producing and developing of projects. And
Fantastic. So Mischa, it was lovely to have you on Bollywood Hungama, and all the best wishes for Bhopal
Thank you.
for rains. And I believe you're visiting India for promoting it?
Potentially, and I would love to do that.
Right. So looking forward to visiting more places in India?
Yes, I would really like to do that, yeah.
Fantastic. Welcome to India, and I hope that you have a good time, and I hope the movie does reach out to as many people as possible and creates the impact, because people who are behind this tragedy, they're still scot-free, they're still, the accountability is still missing, and I hope that a closure does happen. Maybe if this movie can just precipitate that, nothing like it.
Exactly.
So thank you very much, and all the best wishes.
Thank
Lovely to have
you.
you on Bollywood Hungama. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That's all from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is Faridoon Shahryar. For the most interesting celebrity interviews, do subscribe to Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.